What's up? We back, bitches. We back. Thought y'all was safe? Nah. Just took a nice little break for myself. Catch up on some work. And a little self-care. How's everybody in the building doing? Because it's on. You know how it is on the channel of, well, it's the Who-kah Lounge, but formerly Transformative Tarot. Still the same thing. But, you know, we're still rolling with it, right? We're gonna still roll with it. Transformative Tarot. What's going on, everybody? And the transformer I just got was blast off. So that's the message. If you feel like you've been in a holding pattern, circling the damn airport, waiting to either take off or land, now is the time for the ascension. Blast off, he's one of the 5 of Bruticus, a combiner. So we have 5 energy, which means change. You know what I'm saying? So change is in the air. Change is in the air. Let's see what it has for us. Now, we just had the Venus and the Jupiter conjunction all this week. So this was a great time for finances. Anything Venusian was expanded. That means some of y'all out there fucking around finding out, got your asses pregnant. Expansion. We're talking Venus and Jupiter, things getting bigger. You'll see an expansion in the arts of any kind. You may be overindulging a bit, getting a little bloated. You gotta keep you gotta keep a little moderation during this time. We're gonna have a little bit of that energy still lingering this weekend as it's a transit. And of course, if you saw the last video, I broke the hell down out of that Uranus entering Gemini. Now, all this is like high science, blah, blah, blah. So we're going to keep this shit layman's terms for y'all out there, because some of y'all, you know, people you dealing with, you don't know their signs anyway. So what the fuck is me telling you that they're a Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus out there fucking with you, and now you looking at the wrong person sideways. You got to be mindful out here on these cosmic streets. Plus, you don't know what transit they're in. They may be a Taurus born, but they're in their cycle of being a Gemini or a Cancer. Public service announcement. Please watch these frauds out here. They ain't doing the work. They ain't hit the books and did the field research and applied. You know what I'm saying? And some people have. Now is the time of knowing without knowing. Being very brave, being very right with your intentions. Again, blast off is right up in this joint. So this is the time to lift off in a lot of different ways, especially ways that are new for you or that you're not quite accustomed to. You know, it's going to be a change of pace. We still have this energy of the fire horse, but yesterday we changed the way spells. We're in the Blue Night, I believe, the Blue Night wave spell, which is about dreams and intuition and all that fly stuff. So pay attention to what your intuition is telling you at this time, and pay attention to your dream state, your physical, daytime daydreaming kind of thing. Again, because we still got this Venusian energy with Jupiter. You might be getting messages through songs. Like, everywhere I go, I've been hearing these love songs that I haven't heard in a while. And I know that the retrograde's coming because these are the old classic jams. This ain't that new bullshit. You know what I'm saying? This is that, you about to get it music. You know what I'm saying? That Al Green, that sexual healing. You know what I'm saying? So, keep that in mind. Bear that in mind. How about that, right? Shit, what else is going on in these cosmic streets? Today is the polar Ken day in the Mayan calendar. Don't understand that? That's fine. It's almost like an equinox or a solstice. It's equivalent to that. It's when the energy comes in to lock it down. And it's in the, who was right there? It's a red color, so we're talking about activation again. I'm just going to keep this layman. This means that it's about being proactive. All that fiery energy. Now is the time for taking action. Do not second guess yourself. Do not doubt yourself. You feel what I'm saying? Keep it the fuck moving. And, things are going to, it's a new cycle. So it's like things are going to sort itself out. because you're going to get the information as you go, but you got to walk. You can't stand idle and think you're going to get the answer. The answer comes with the next step. So it's really about trusting where you're at right now and what you got going for yourself. You know what I'm saying? In your own endeavors. We'll do some more of that cosmic fly shit on the next video. I'm gonna go back in on my little charts and gizmos and gadgets to give y'all some added juice. But we're still in Gemini season. Shout out to my Geminis. I'm still in Gemini, so I'm basically a Gemini, which is why I do what I do. Childlike time. This is, again, starting over new as far as education. Gemini rules preliminaries, not the primary schools, primary learning, grade school, getting the basics, education, whereas opposite sign, Sagittarius, deals with the higher bachelor's, master's degree energy, looking right across from each other. So also a time, when we got the moon on Sunday, so get your ass ready for that. Duality is the key. Honoring your shadow and your light. If somebody comes up to you talking that love and light shit, you ask them, where's the darkness? In a psychological sense, to say that you do not like darkness is to say that you do not like the yin energy, which means you don't like women. Or feminine energy. You got to really be careful about your words. Because with this Uranus now in Gemini for the next 7 years, it's going to be a lot of changes in the way we communicate. So that's a little bit of the update from the last video. So let me pull some cards out or blast off from Bruticus over here. My man. Blue Storm. There's a ribbon in the sky. I'm getting a silver lining. And I'm hearing cleaning out the clutter. I mean, really, this is, if spring cleaning was ever a thing or ever a great time, especially before this new moon coming up, it's going to be great to just dump shit out that you don't need. I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's in the garage, the basement, in your phone, in your computer, just old stuff, old mail, anything that is considered clutter. You want to let that shit go. Right now, quick, fast, in a hurry. If it doesn't serve your purpose moving forward, this energy is going to help this time period that we're talking about. You know what I'm saying? So ride this out. So I don't do readings every fucking day, because you got to sit with these energies and work with them before you start moving with other shit, or else you're going to have a whole book of shit that's not completed. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have 20 projects going and none of them are going nowhere because you didn't sit with the energy. It's a duality again. It's a bit of knowing when to stop and when to go, when to rest, when to, start pushing buttons and shit up in here, right? Blue Storm, followed by the King of Clubs. This is the rule. This is the air energy that we're in right now, that we're in Gemini season. And Gemini represents all the, childhood things. This is your favorite cartoon. You know what I'm saying? This is favorite TV shows when you were little. This is going outside and playing. It's funny. I saw a kid on a slip and slide today down the block, and I was like, wow, I ain't seen one of them bitches in a minute. But it's that kind of energy. You know what I'm saying? Splashing about, being a little bit more carefree and nonchalant, not taking everything too serious. It's about being very, a kid fall down, bust their ass, be crying for 2 minutes, and then 10 seconds later, you wouldn't have known this motherfucker slammed his head against the wall. You feel me? Because they back out doing it again. And we have, to cap that off the bottom of the deck, we have corsage. So this is a graduation. I'm telling you, the holding pattern shit is real. Like, you thought you was landing at 8:30 LaGuardia. It is now 9:20. And it feels like the plane is moving up and down on some turbulent shit. You're not sure if it's because it's running out of fuel, a storm brewing or whatever. But, you got to really look at things as working in your favor. Something might have been not quite right when you wanted to enter into something. There might have been challenges that you would have had to face that now you're allowing to clear out. So know that as well. Spirit has its own time with things. Let certain energies clear out by themselves, i.e. let the trash take itself out. You don't have to do everything. You feel what I'm saying? You don't have to do everything, but you do have to be proactive with things that relate directly to you. You know what I'm saying? So the holding pattern is over. We are blasting off into, for some of us, a new reality. That may mean a new job, new location, new place of residence, mean a new car, because with Gemini, we're dealing with Mercury travel. It can be so many things. It helps if you know your damn chart. If you don't know your damn chart, then come see a motherfucker will sit you down and get you right. You feel me? Or just get a refresher, whatever. You know what the hell it is. You know where I be at. So let's clarify some of these bad boys real quick, and then we'll move on to other things. Let's see. This is what I said. This is exactly what I said for the don't engage. Let the trash take itself out. Do not be confrontational. It's very important, especially with the Venus transit. And just your thoughts in general. What you think is going to be what's in the air. It's in the air now. We're in the Aquarius age, basically. And we're in Gemini season. We got a lot of air. It's in the air. The thoughts are in the air. The ideas are in the air. And on that note, waiting for you to jump your monkey ass up there and pull something down. Spirit is not biased. Let's just get that right. It doesn't matter who jumps up there. As long as their intention and their heart is pure, they're going to get that and bring it down. And that same idea that you had, you see somebody else working on it, you're going to kick yourself because they're going to be successful with it. So being proactive again. But when it comes to maintaining a frequency that you're on, especially if you're feeling really good about where you're at, and even if you're not, this will help you get there. It's about letting the conflict go, especially within yourself. If there's any conflict, if there's any confusion, the answer is no. The answer is no. And so there's more. Look at this. Swords. Look at this shit. I'm telling you, it's about the mind. It's in the air. Queen of Swords. This is also about discernment. So when you get to this point, because it's saying that there's something in the air, but this is your advice. Do not engage, motherfuckers. You know what I mean? Let spirit do your light work. You're supposed to be sitting on your throne. That's why we have queens and kings here. We have the king and the queen of swords, basically. The mind, both hemispheres working together, intuitively and logically, in a sense. You know what I'm saying? In a sense, but in a very sword way. Calculation. You're playing checkers, then you need to start playing chess. Now is a time also of great study. If you're doing something new, this is a great time for studying. It's like really locking in, sharpening that sword, and again, watching your words. So on the other side, let's just say every day come up with an affirmation. Every day speak some stuff into existence. Build yourself up. Use your words in a way where it's going to be constructive, in a positive sense. Even if you don't think you're going to get that job or whatever, you just know you're going to get one. You know what I'm saying? You're not putting all your eggs in a basket, so to speak, and you're not racking your brain over things you cannot control. And then for corsage, this graduation, look at that, celebration time. Pour me a double, my nigga, because that last cycle, we need to toast that bitch right on up. You feel what I'm saying? 3 of Cups. This is about partnerships. Now, what you will see in this quote unquote divide is who really fucking with you. Who's really on your squad. These are the people who sit at your table and vice versa. You go over their house, they go over your house. You have great times. You serve a meal. This is like you and all your people who've been rocking with you, getting together and celebrating, maybe even a graduate, because we're at that time. A lot of people have graduated school, whether it be college, high school, all that fly shit, right? But there's more to that. There's a spiritual graduation for a lot of us. I mean, we've had to overcome our damn selves for one thing, but also, dealing with other people. We live on a planet where there's just fucking issues walking up and down the street. You feel me? And the thing with that is, everybody has a bad day. And It's perfectly human. It's perfectly fine. The thing is how you deal with it. Me, I just rather not be around people because I don't like putting that energy on nobody until I get myself right. But the other end of that is motherfuckers making, hurt people. So keep in mind what you've learned and what's been in the forefront these past couple of weeks or months for you as far as a lesson, because you'll know what that is by the challenge you had to overcome. It was like a fine-tuning period. You know what I'm saying? I'm curious as hell. Let me do another one on this Blue Storm 5 in reverse. Decisions have been made. 2 of wands in reverse and the 2 of swords in reverse. More about the twos, more about the duality. I'm telling you, the duality is all up and down these cosmic streets right now. How do I say this? How you want to say that? Instead of your heart making a decision and then going telling the mind, or vice versa, the mind making a decision then going telling your heart, it's where they're going to have to work together cohesively, where the voice change, the language change, because it's not one side dominating the other. Does that make sense to you? Just keep that in mind. We're talking about a balance. Your heart and your head have to be in alignment for shit to go right. 5 Pentacles in the reverse. This is speaking of that halt. Maybe even taking a loss financially with the 5, changes in your finances, things going upside down, unable to kind of move forward. This is a message for people who feel like you're stuck right now. You're not really stuck. It's time to make a choice. It's about unpredictability versus comfortability. Unpredictability versus comfortability. Did I say that right? Yeah, said that right. Making a choice. And again, with these swords, all these damn swords, getting them out your back, not putting them in anybody else's motherfucking back, but cutting, trimming the fat, feng shui, clean some shit out before start now, just a little bit. You ain't got to do the whole goddamn garage today, but start now a little bit and let it go past the new moon on Sunday, and then still do it and just let the energy guide you. You're going to feel guided because, like I said before, it's in the air. It is so in the fucking air. And I'm not talking chemtrails and bio mosquitoes. That's a whole nother shit. I'm talking about the ideas that you're looking for, the answers that you're looking for, the clarity that you're looking for, the communication. It's in the air, and your own thoughts. Everything is just, it's fucking madhouse up there. I'm telling you, it's a madhouse. It's a madhouse, especially with Gemini, because that pop. You know what I mean? You don't want to play no dozens with no Gemini, because they'll clown you. They're sharp-witted like that. So that wit, that humor, being on top of things, being in the moment, and really not caring about the outcome, so to speak, is really some great energy to have. All right, so that's what we're looking at energetically as a collective. If there's something in here for you, Jay graduated. That, see what I'm saying? And starting something new. So it's a blast off time. It's time to really party and celebrate, and not only party and celebrate with your peoples for your accomplishments, and also celebrating other people. Let me put this PSA out here. Because there's not enough of this shit out here. It really isn't. Celebrate the people in your life that have accomplished something as if you're not going to see them tomorrow or ever again. Do not let the opportunity pass you where you do not celebrate another person's success. That is so good for your own mental health and karma, if you will. But it'll get you more into the collective energy so you can draw on these thoughts and ideas that are flooded. I'm telling you, there's so many stories and so many songs just waiting to be written, and new spells, new recipes, all kinds of new shit that we communicate day in and day out that is just ready for you to jump up there and get it. All right? Give me one closing, and we'll get out of here. Anybody want cards? You know the deal. Cash app below. If you want to read, you know the deal. DM is over there. Serious inquiries, please do not FO up in this camp, please. All my guys this time around are nothing but straight gangsters. All they do is pop trunks and throw what are those Molotov cocktails. They're gangsters. I love them. They're all gangsters. Plus my ancestors. I like that too. A little bit of both. You know what I'm saying? A little bit of both. You might just catch it. Not minding your business. So what's the final message here? Remedy, medicine, blah, blah, blah. Alright. Hey, we're going to get up out of here. Last message. Oh, Tantra. Cultivation of that energy. This is the creative. Gemini. Totally creative. One more creative. Signs. This is that left and right hemisphere, that mind and heart thing that I was talking about, the cultivation of having those two work simultaneously in the same room and at the same time. This ain't the other motherfucker playing the relationship while the other motherfucker is out the room. No, everybody is in the room talking about it. You know what I'm saying? At the same damn time. Just check your thoughts and how you feel in your heart. It's really kind of simple, but you know what I'm saying? You might have to filter out some things, other people's opinions, and learn patterns and behaviors. Be mindful of that shit as well. Mindful of your old patterns. You might relapse. It might resurface, but you'll be able to check yourself. You know what I'm saying? And that's just a nice friendly reminder. And to let your guard down a little now. That's a key thing, because a lot of us, when we were going through our shit, we had to have that motherfucker straight up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Went hermit mode, fuck everybody in the world, put the raise the shields, post guards, double time watch, that kind of energy. You had to protect your energy. Now this feels like the discernment on how to operate your energy has been learned. So now it's time for you to kind of come out of that cocoon or that shell that you've been in and get back out here and do some things that really inspire you. You know, this is a year of fire and new beginnings, things that are inspirational, things that you thought you never would do. Look out for these kind of things popping up. You know what I'm saying? It may be even older things resurfacing. Wait till this retrograde hit. It may be some of that energy, old ideas coming back to the surface. And, well, it's not saying you go where the funky shit is. You know what I'm saying? This is part of the new. You find new places to be. You got to find new places that match your energy. This is why I said right now it's unpredictability versus comfortability. Whatever ability you choose, you know what I'm saying, is really going to define where you're going to end up in the next couple. And the universe is going to do its best to make it unpredictable and uncomfortable. So it's best that you just make that step yourself, rather than having motherfucking God, universe come knock on your door, kick that bitch down. You feel me? Take you out of there kicking and screaming to something that you really want anyway. You know what I'm saying? But you're just so kind of stuck in your ways. Don't worry about that. Just take the step. If it feels weird, if it feels new, uncomfortable, unsure, that's a great sign that you're on the right path, because we're talking about growth. You know what I'm saying? Oh goodness gracious, from the UK. That's what's up. What's going on in the UK? How y'all doing over there? Y'all probably sick of y'all government too, right? Whole bunch of shit going on, a lot of changes in the world. This is also a time where you might find a bit of a new purpose. That's one thing that we don't talk enough about, is how purposes can change throughout our journey. We might be called to do this certain thing for a certain period of time, but then our purpose changes into something totally different. You know what I'm saying? We might find ourselves in a different line of work, a whole different train of thought. You know what I mean? It's just willing to be the student again and get back to school. And this is why this is a perfect time, because of that Gemini energy. You know what I'm saying? With these twin energies, and honoring your light and dark. You could say fuck you with love. You feel what I'm saying? It's that kind of energy. You gotta mix the two together. You a little tired? Well, maybe there's something in this reading for you in the early on, because it's been about really protecting your energy at this time. And if you feel tired and drained, a lot of us are getting, like I said, it's in the air. Like, you're breathing in new shit. I don't care what you think you are doing. You're receiving, you know, if you're getting headaches, if you're getting fatigued, just tired, you have people pulling on your energy, of course, especially if you done cut some shit out. But, you know, the communication is big time. Big time. And it's just not from this realm, FYI. You know, your peoples on the other side may be just beating you upside the head, getting you messages and shit, trying to warn you or give you a heads up or something, you know, nudges out the door. Take some time for meditation. Take some time to recharge. Take it as long as you need, but don't overdo it. Don't miss what you got coming because you didn't feel like getting out of bed. Yeah, the moon phases get you to, you know, if you're intuitive like that, got Pisces or any other mother water signs, you know, when this moon come around, you know, those be the nights that I be up, you know what I'm saying? Up, until that dissipates, because it's a receiving time. You know, there's a time when we, full moon, when we empty out. The new moon is when we receive. So get your journals out, get your phone recorders out, watch your dreams, because we're in that blue night wave spell for the next 12 days. And today is like the equinox in the Mayan calendar, polar kin day, and it's activated by the color red, which is, again, more go-getterness, activation. So set the pace for yourself. Don't look around, because you ain't in a competition with nobody else. Everybody gonna get there at their own time. Get yourself a pace, maybe even a new regimen. You know what I'm saying? Just a way of doing things, starting your day out different, waking up at a different time. But we're recalibrating now for the new that's coming and that's already here. You know, so with that being said, I will say congratulations to everybody who has graduated and will not be attending summer school this spiritual year. Mercury will go retrograde. I don't feel that's going to be the pop quiz that it usually is. Still may be some surprises because Uranus is there. So just keep that in mind. You may be surprised who pops up during this next retrograde because of the presence of Uranus. Might be something very charged, you know what I'm saying? It might be something that you really would consider. You know, just keep all this stuff in mind. Just stay open and stay honest with yourself, and you will be all right. And don't be fucking with nobody unless they fucking with you. And even then, let the trash take itself out. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you got to duck a swing, that's a whole different ball of wax. You know what I'm saying? We're going to do the return to sender spell on that right there. On the spot, Johnny. You know what I mean? But other than that, just stay focused, y'all. Just stay focused on where you're at, where you're going, who's around you, and what you really want or need to fill in those blanks moving forward. What are your needs now? You know, or what are your desires now? What are your intentions now? All that has changed. We're not the same as we were 5-10 years ago. You know what I'm saying? We need that kind of recognition within ourselves that we have to grow or progress. That's why we have progress charts. I'm a Taurus, but throughout my life I've progressed all the way to Cancer. So I'm a Taurus acting, I'm a Cancer. I'm a Taurus acting like a Cancer. You know what I'm saying? And that's just further down the rabbit hole for y'all if you ever want to dive into that. I got y'all. Like I said, you know where I be at. You know what the goddamn direct message is. Email address. Just hit your boy up. We'll set something up for you and get you right. You know what I'm saying? As far as your understanding of what you need to know. But for the recap, let the trash take itself out. Be careful of those words. Be mindful of your words. Gemini season, thoughts, ideas. Start writing things down. Start learning new things. Open yourself up to new experiences. For those who haven't quite got there yet, who haven't quite walked away, you need to walk away from certain things before the new can come in. So you can get the lesson out of it. That's what those little green skulls are. Those are major lessons on the road of life. Time to make choices and trim the fat. Alright? And then for Corsage, we had the celebration. So like I said, celebrate your wins, celebrate other people's wins. And that's part of the energy that's really needed right now, because that's going to really stir the pot for the collective. You know, when there's not so many people hating on other people's success. Just because your monkey ass didn't want to get out of bed is your reason for hating on somebody else's success. Like, that's where the self-check needs to come in. You know what I'm saying? That's where you need to really check yourself. You know what I mean? FAOA. FAFO, excuse me. It's still in effect. It's still in effect. It is not pretty. It's not pretty. I'll be like, yeah, go ahead, Spirit. Just I don't want to hear about it. I can tell by the tone of their voice. That shit is not going to be pretty. All right. So that's what I got for y'all. If anybody needs cards, this is the time. If you're not, I'm going to get out of here. Donation tonight. I don't care what it is if you want some cards. But this is pretty good on its own. This should be pretty good for everybody. Just riding out. If you've been doing your work, you don't need too much. Maybe this is just confirmation, or maybe just a little heads up tidbit here and there, kind of fill in the blanks. But you know, T minus whatever. It's going to get a little turbulent. You know, when you take off, it gets a little turbulent. Don't worry about it. Just make sure you're buckled up and ready for the ride, all right? So with that being said, I will talk to y'all when I see y'all. Deuces. Unless there's questions or anything like that. I'll give it a second. Okay, I guess everybody good. Cool beans. So shout out to the UK. Mr. Rel for coming through. Divine Priestess. Mr. Priestess Andrea. Appreciate you for coming through. Shit. Let me give it a second. Sometimes there's actually some extra shit that comes through. It's always after line. I turn this bitch off and I get hit with like a page, a whole damn essay, dissertation. I think that's pretty much it. Don't worry, be happy. All right, y'all, have a good one. Get some rest. Get some rest. Oh, that's what it was. That was what the saying was. Fine-tuning and pruning. Fine-tuning and pruning is the message of the day. Fine-tuning and pruning. All right, so get them wings. If you're an arch and wings, fine-tuning and pruning. All right, y'all. Take care.